Problem number 3.8 from Euler from electrodynamics, and in this question it is given that a thin half ring of radius r equal 20 cm uniformly charged with a total charge q equal to 0.7 nanocoulomb. Find the magnitude of the electric field strength at the curvature center of this half ring. For solving this question or solving this problem, first let us discuss about behind the concept of this problem. We are taking a small ring segment or a small arc of the ring which is making an angle alpha with its center of the ring. So it makes an angle alpha at the center of the ring and its radius is r. Now we'll place this ring segment or a small arc into our coordinate xy coordinate system where is the origin or center of the arc. Now we'll take a small element whose charge is equal to dq and which making an angle d theta at the center or the origin. So this angle is equal to d theta and this angle is equal to theta. Now the electric field due to this small segment whose charge is dq will be equal to dE. Now if this angle is theta, then its opposite angle must be theta. Now if we divide this dE into two components, then our components of this dE will be dE cos theta along the negative y-axis. This component will be dE cos theta and its direction will be minus j cap because it is directed in the negative y direction, and its x component will be equal to dE sin theta. dE sin theta whose direction vector is equal to minus I cap because it is negatively directed. Now in vector notation, now first of all this dq can be represented as this dq equal to total charge q divided by total angle. Now this total angle is equal to alpha. Now dq will be q divided by alpha into the angle subtended at the center of the ring by this small segment dq, that is d theta. Now we can write this as dq equal to q divided by alpha into d theta. Now if we write the electric field dE with its two components, then we can write this dE will be equal to dE cos theta minus j cap plus dE sin theta minus I cap. Now as we know, this dE vector will be equal to q divided by dq divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. Now we'll put or substitute the value of dE here. Now again the value of dq equal to q divided by alpha into d theta. Now we'll again substitute. After substituting, then we will get this value of dE will be q d theta divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square. Now we'll substitute this value of dE here. So our dE vector will be equal to q cos theta d theta divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square, and its direction is equal to minus j cap plus another component is equal to q sin theta d theta divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square, and its direction is minus I cap. Now if we want to find the total electric field or net electric field, then we have to integrate this equation. Now our total electric field E will be integral of dE. Now if we find its integration, then our value will be equal to q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square into integration of cos theta d theta. Now we have to find the limits. If this is our y-axis and it is passing through the center of the curvature, then and it makes an angle, the arc segment is making a total angle alpha at the center, then its half angle will be alpha divided by 2 here, and there will be again another angle alpha divided by 2 here. Now, so we can take the limits of this integration as lower limit is equal to minus alpha divided by 2 and upper limit will be plus alpha divided by 2 and its direction is equal to minus j cap. And for finding the another component, that vector will be q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square into integration of sine theta d theta, and its limit is again equal to minus alpha divided by 2 to plus alpha divided by 2 and its direction is equal to I cap. Now if we carry out this integral, then we can find the total electric field or net electric field E will be equal to Q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square into integration of this quantity cos theta d theta. As we know, integration of cos theta is equal to sin theta, and is with its limits equal to lower limit is equal to minus alpha divided by 2 and the upper limit is equal to plus alpha divided by 2, and again its direction vector is equal to minus j cap, and its horizontal component of the electric field is equal to q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square, and its integration of the sin theta d theta is equal to minus cos theta, and it's with its limit equal to lower limit minus alpha divided by 2, upper limit plus alpha divided by 2, and its direction vector is equal to minus I cap. Now this alpha minus will get cancelled. So after cancellation we can write a total or net electric field E will be equal to q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square into, if we evaluate this integral, then it will be sine alpha divided by 2 plus sine alpha divided by 2, because minus of sine theta equal to sine alpha divided by 2 equal to only sine equal to minus sine alpha divided by 2, and before there is minus, so minus will cancel out and it will become positive term, and its direction is equal to minus j cap, plus its horizontal component is equal to 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square, and if we put the limits here, then we can find here the value will be cos alpha divided by 2 minus cos alpha divided by 2. Now this cos and its direction vector is equal to I cap. Now this cos alpha divided by 2 and cos alpha divided by 2 will get cancelled. So as a net result, we will find that the net electric field at the origin or center will be q divided by 4 pi alpha epsilon naught r square into sine alpha divided by 2 plus sine alpha divided by 2, or as in aggregate we can say that will be 2 sine alpha divided by 2. Now this 2 and this 4 will get cancelled. So after cancellation we can write the net electric field at the center of the arc will be equal to q divided by 2 pi alpha epsilon naught r square. So this is our net electric field which is produced at the center of this minus j cap indicates the negative direction of y-axis. So it's the direction of the electric field vector with circle. Now total angle made at the center of the half circle will be pi. If this angle is pi, then we can write this alpha will be equal to pi for half circle, half ring element. Now if we substitute the value of alpha in our previous equation, then we can write our electric field will be E equal to q divided by 2 pi into pi 2 pi into pi into epsilon naught r square into sine pi divided by 2. Now as we know, sine pi divided by 2 pi by 2 is equal to 1. So we can write the electric field for a semicircle or a half ring will be equal to q divided by 2 pi square epsilon naught r square. This is our required value for finding the electric field at the center of a half ring. Now putting the proper values we will get in our question it is given that the total charge Q is equal to 0.7 nanocoulomb, that is equal to 0.7 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb, which is equal to 10 to the power 7 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb, and the radius r is given as r equal to 20 centimeter, equal to 20 into 100, 20 divided by 100 equal to 0.2 meter. Now if we calculate the value of net electric field at the half ring, that then our net electric field at the center of the half ring will be E equal to Q means 7 into 10 to the power minus 10 in divided by 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 into r square means 0.2 square. So if we calculate this value, then we'll get the net electric field at the center of the half ring will be E equal to 0.1 kilovolt per meter.